Hey there, witchy people. Welcome back to another super spooky installment of the Poison Tea Party. I'm Trass, and I'm here with my two favorite witches, my sister Janet.
That's me.
And my niece Cowie.
Hello.
And today we are going... Oh, she doesn't know what's happening. And today we are going to spell you with a truly spooky tale.
Ooh.
But first... Just wait, Cowie.
Kaylee with the fucking music.
But first,
I gotta.
there's merch, you guys.
There's merch.
Go on over to thepoisonteaparty.com, and there you will find links to our merch, how to support the show, where to listen, and how to contact us.
Yeah.
Follow along with our fuckery on Facebook, and don't forget to rate and review us wherever you're listening to us from.
Yeah, bitches.
Yeah, go out and love us.
Please do.
Support us.
Spread the tea party love.
One of us.
One of us. One of us.
Okay, so you know how when you're a little girl and you do all the light as a feather shit?
Oh my god.
Yes.
Remember when you like stick your hands through the flame?
Yeah. And you're totally like,
I can do this and
Did you
it
guys
doesn't
ever
hurt me.
Did you guys ever like sit there with fire like front a candle? I still do
and
this
try to
shit.
make the flame move with your
yeah,
eyes.
with your eyes. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'll sit
we
there like
did
this and
that.
I'm like,
We did all sorts
We did
of
all
shit.
that.
yeah, I have the power.
Get it,
bitch.
Kaylee.
Get it, Cowie. So you watch The Craft one fucking time,
Yeah.
and now all of a sudden you're a witch.
Yep.
I am the fourth Sanderson sister,
That's
though,
right.
for real, you
That's
guys.
right.
Yeah.
We here at the Poison Tea Party have been known to lay our crystals out and bathe under a full moon. So it's only
Naked.
right naked under a full moon. So it's only right that we talk about some witchy shit.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna talk about
love it.
We're gonna talk about a witch.
We're gonna
Oh
do
my
it.
gosh. I'm so excited.
So today we will be talking about the Bell Witch.
Ooh.
Okay, girl.
I have not
This
named
one's
this.
twisty and fucked up.
It is pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some of the theories on like
There's a shit ton of
Yeah.
theories. I don't really go a whole lot into most of them, but we can talk about it. Whatever you know.
yeah
about it.
okay, cool. There's this case had a movie come out, and what is it? The American.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
There's a couple actually of movies based on this subject.
I was gonna look it up because it has that one actor that I love from Pride and Prejudice, An American Haunting.
Yes.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's got
I didn't know that
Donald
was based on
Sutherland
that.
is that actor. He's like he plays the dad in that movie.
Yeah.
But I really like
I
him.
didn't realize that was based on.
That's
that
the Bell
case.
Witch story, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Originally a barrel maker, John Bell married his wife Lucy Williams in 1782 when she was just 12 years old.
Ew.
Yeah.
It's always like that.
Being born in 1750, he was 32 at the time.
That is absolutely vile.
You're
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah.
What's his name again?
I didn't know this part. John Bell.
John Bell. Okay.
Yeah.
So
That's
when
disgusting.
I looked it up and I saw that, I was like, excuse me?
I mean, is that something that's probably normal for that
Yeah,
time?
but it's still disgusting.
I mean, it's still
Yeah.
going on today
Ugh.
in other countries.
Yeah, but
It's so gross.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it's like usually like 70-year-olds with
Yeah,
12-year-olds.
but he's still 32. Yeah. So John moved from North Carolina to Tennessee in 1804 with his wife Lucy and their children and purchased some land in Robertson County in what is now modern-day Adams, Tennessee.
okay.
Ooh, I want to live in Adams,
Adams.
Tennessee.
The fuck?
No, you
I
don't.
don't never want to live in Tennessee.
Absolutely
Sorry,
Oh yeah,
Tennessee.
I don't want to live in Tennessee.
No, thank you. No.
But-
It's too warm. You know the size of the bugs down there are like as big as your fucking hand.
Yeah,
That's disgusting.
It's
crazy.
true, right? Aren't they? Don't they have huge bugs there?
I would
Yeah.
assume because it's warm all year
Oh,
round.
fuck off. That's why we live in the fucking cold where the wind burns
I mean,
our
it's
face.
like so crazy.
Burnt our face.
Where it burns our face.
When I went to Arizona and shit, knowing like it's just like a few states away, but there's like lizards.
There's
and shit.
lizards,
I'm
yeah,
like,
I love
what
it.
the fuck?
When I used to go to Grandpa's, and I'd just be laying out on the back deck or whatever, and lizards would just come up I was like, oh my God, they're so cute. And then people are, because they think of them as nuisances, like we do with spiders and shit.
Yeah.
But
or snake.
Yeah. They're just like little tiny lizards just chilling.
Oh my God, how cute.
But they have a ton of scorpions there, which is
yeah,
not
that's
chilling.
not so cute.
Yeah, that's not cute at all.
There's times where I'd be like, "Did you fucking see that shit? Get away."
Ew, sick. Okay. So Bell was soon elected to local office and became an elder in his church. And it is said that he was deeply religious and gave fiery speeches both politically and spiritually.
It's all political.
God.
Yeah. This influence and popularity made him a wealthy man, and he was a successful farmer, preacher, and politician.
They're always like religious politicians
Yeah.
that are so wealthy.
Well, yeah, we're talking like, the 1800s at the beginning. In the before times.
They started it
In the long, long ago.
The
long ago.
Okay, so in the summer of 1817, John was inspecting parts of his cornfield when a large dog-like creature appeared before him in the rows. He tried to scare it off by hollering and making noise. He shot at it, and the creature just vanished. And John would not think about that encounter again until later in the evening. After the Bell family had cleaned up for dinner that night, a loud banging was heard on the outer walls of their large cabin. I guess they had like a huge cabin. This occurrence continued night after night, getting more and more intense. John and his sons tried many times to capture the culprit, but every time they would run outside to see, there was nobody there. They could never find who the fuck was doing this.
Yeah, and they're like in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
Like if somebody's
They're
there,
surrounded
they're
by
gonna see 'em.
their whole farm.
Yeah.
Whatever. They are pretty rural.
Rural. There's that word again.
I hate that fucking
I hate that word too.
Can't say it.
Yeah. So there's like nobody out there. Well,
No.
I mean, or if there were, you would probably see them.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So they did have I don't know. Yeah, they had slaves because they said it in part of this. So they had like slaves and shit like that. So it's like it's a really big
Plantation.
kind of.
Yeah. So I feel like that could make the situation odd or not as suspicious, like in regards to a creature or something like wicked. They could be like, oh, one of the slaves got out.
exactly.
Well, we'll talk a little bit about that. So John's son Drew reported that a large, strange-looking bird, at least twice the size of a turkey. I don't know if you've ever seen a turkey like in real life. They're fucking huge.
They're huge.
I love them.
I do too. Was perched on their fence through the morning while John was attending to business in town. And the son tried to scare it off, but the bird would not move. It did finally go away after several hours of sitting there just staring at the cabin. Ooh, this is
Okay.
weird. So John investigated over the next few days looking for signs of the bird, but found nothing.
There's no big, huge, giant piles of bird shit around.
I didn't find anything.
A feather, if you will.
A feather, if you will. No, not a thingy.
Not a feather.
Not a thingy dingy.
They said, what color was this bird? It was black?
There was no really.
Just a big ass bird.
I never knew about the bird part. I knew about the dog thing.
Yeah. A few days later, his youngest daughter, Betsy, told her father that she had seen a young girl in a green dress under the big oak tree by the road. But when she tried to introduce herself, the girl ran off into the cornfield and disappeared.
Probably like, hey, follow me, but she
Yeah.
didn't follow her, so that's good.
One of John's servants, so this is where the slaves come in.
Okay.
One of his servants named Dean told him about a big black dog that was following him in the cornfield each night on his walk home. John assured the man that he did not own any such dog, and it is said that Dean then, from that point on, always carried an axe with him in case the dog would come after him. And Dean's wife even made him a talisman, which they called a witch ball, to protect her husband from evil spirits.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know, like, because they call them slaves at some points, but I don't think that they lived like you would think slaves would, like right next to the or like.
Well, there's a difference between a slave and a servant.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're allowed to go home. They're allowed
Right.
to have a family and a life over here, and then they come to work. It's like you go to work
yeah.
every day.
And in some encounters or in some stories they call them servants, in some they call them slaves. And
I mean,
it
they're
is
probably-
said that later on that the slaves got a lot of the brunt of this as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
Of what's going to happen.
Well, this is Tennessee in the 1800s. It's a slave.
yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
That's
Is it a
what-
black guy?
yeah,
It's
Yeah,
a slave.
It's
Yeah.
a slave.
That's
Yeah.
It's probably like their intention was to servant, but let's be correct, it's a slave.
and we're in the South. I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
It's just what it was,
Yep.
unfortunately.
It is what it is. Okay. So one night, John's middle son, Richard, was startled awake when his hair was pulled so hard it nearly yanked him out of bed. And while he screamed out, Betsy also started screaming from across the hall that her hair was being pulled at the same time.
Oh my god.
So they're not in the same room.
Nope.
Nope.
And both of them are having their hair pulled.
Yes.
Okay.
Creepy.
Other minor things of a strange nature occurred around the Bell home over the following days. So there was strange noises that filled the house at weird hours of the night, and this included mysterious knocking sounds, sounds of rats gnawing on bedposts, dogs barking and snarling, and chains being dragged across the floor. Bed sheets were torn from sleepers, and pillows were jerked from beneath their heads.
Mm-hmm.
John did his best to ignore this, but every night, each of the children experienced more torment.
So the children are being tortured.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they're not getting hurt.
I mean, we talk a little bit more about it. One more so than
So
the
far.
others so far. So far, nobody is being, like, really hurt.
Right. Okay.
But they are, like, being aggressed at.
I mean, yeah, they're being...
Hair
they're,
pulling and
Yes,
shit.
they're being aggressed at. What is your profession?
Like, they're still feeling pain, just not pain. I don't know.
not causing any, like,
Yeah.
bodily injury or anything like that. Okay, so as the strange terrors continued, the family began to hear faint whispering around the house.
That is like the most fucking creepy shit.
I know.
I can't stand that whispering. Like when people are even just doing it in the same room as me,
And
I'm
you're
like,
like, "What
okay,
did you
stop.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's creepy.
It's
It makes my
creepy.
skin crawl.
Ugh.
Anyway, sorry.
And they also heard what sounded like an old feeble woman singing hymns.
Oh, hell
Okay, equally as
no.
creepy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my god.
So after Betsy began crying about being beaten and receiving welts and bruises in the shape of handprints all over her body, John went to his neighbor and his friend, James Johnson, for advice and support. So at this point, Betsy is being... She is...
So now it's getting physical.
Yes.
So now she's got bruises and
handprints
Okay.
and welts.
all over her.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
John invited James and his wife to spend an evening at their home and witness the strangeness for themselves. John and his wife did spend the night in the Bells' home, where they were subjected to the same horrors. I
Okay.
hate that word.
Horrors.
Sounds like I'm
Horrors.
saying horrors. After James's covers were ripped away from him and he was slapped in the face, he jumped out of bed and shouted, "In the name of God, who are you?"
Oh, my
Oh
God.
man.
He did not receive a
That'll
reply.
do the trick.
It will.
It will.
It will. But the abuse stopped for the rest of the night. So once he yelled that, it didn't happen again that night.
Okay.
The next morning over breakfast, James explained that the culprit must be an evil spirit.
Man, he
Quote,
cold as fucking shit. So that shit happens to him. He gets up and yells at whatever it is.
Yeah.
That there's nothing there. And then dude just goes back to sleep. He doesn't like wake the house up and like freak out.
guess not.
He's a legend.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I guess he was
If
like,
some shit like that happened to me, I'd be like, everybody listen.
Get the
we're
fuck
all
out.
leaving now.
We are
Yeah.
leaving now.
For sure.
Oh my god, no way.
Oh, fuck. So the next morning over breakfast, James explained that the culprit must be an evil spirit, quote, the kind the Bible talks about, end
Ooh.
quote.
Okay.
So James told John James told John that this situation was beyond his ability to help, but maybe others could. He told John to advertise for assistance to see if anyone had any ideas, and John was originally reluctant, but desperate for help, he began asking others to come and witness the witch for themselves and offer suggestions on how to get rid of her.
What, we're turning this into a bidding war?
Yeah.
Hey, what's your price for getting rid of the witch? You can come over and do it.
You can come on over.
Just check it out.
Anyone do free exorcisms?
I mean, hey,
Ugh.
no
It's
thanks.
freaking
You know,
creepy.
because you might awaken something
Yes.
that doesn't need to be fucked
I mean,
with.
obviously something's
Exactly.
already awake, but
Yeah, but so James Johnson stayed with the Bells a while and tried to convince visitors to talk with the witch and see if she would respond.
What the fuck?
Before long, the raspy whispers and whistling sounds became a voice that could be distinctly heard by everybody present. So her
Okay.
voice is growing stronger. Now people can actually hear her and understand her.
okay. But
She-
there's no one there. There's
No.
no one to match the voice.
Nope.
It's just like getting louder.
Yep.
And this is like an old woman's voice?
Yes. I mean,
Or
that's
does it
what
say,
It
"This
doesn't
is a
really.
woman"?
Just at the beginning, it sounded like an old lady's voice singing hymns, but then they don't really say whether it sounded like an old lady or not. She eventually identifies herself as Kate Batts. a former neighbor of John Bell who thought he cheated her in a real estate transaction. So now there's a name to her. So now, from this point on, they always refer to her as Kate. I am not convinced, so I don't say Kate in my story when I'm talking about her. I just call her the witch. So,
You're conjuring of witches.
You're conjuring. You're conjuring.
You're conjuring. The Bell Witch was now communicating with visitors, proving James's theory that the spirit was intelligent. The nightly abuse of the Bell family continued, primarily on John and Betsy. So Lucy, which is John's wife, and the other children were mostly spared at this point. She was reported to actually be exceedingly kind to Lucy, specifically.
Kind to her.
Yes. The story of the talking witch grew far and wide as her antics continued, escalating violently once Betsy and Joshua Gardner became a couple. Their engagement enraged her for some fucking reason, and she assaulted Betsy and John relentlessly with slaps, bites, kicks, scratches, and she threatened to kill John Bell at that point as well.
You said John and Betsy are engaged? Joshua Gardner,
Okay.
and Betsy become engaged, and this
and she's like 12, and he's like,
it doesn't actually say
because she's
how
not
old
very
she was.
old during
she
this.
wasn't very old, but I forgot to grab.
She's not older than 15.
No,
like
she was pretty young.
Yeah.
when
Oh
this
my God.
happened,
And I wonder how old. We don't know how old that guy is.
I didn't even look. I know they did have ages of them, but I guess I didn't even think to put that in here.
And then they're living in the Bell home.
Yes.
Okay.
Eventually, Joshua and Betsy broke off their engagement, and the attacks did stop for a while on Betsy.
Oh.
John Bell was not so fortunate. His health declined rapidly into seizures, loss of muscle control in his face, digestive problems, and of course, the verbal and physical abuse from her just continued.
Oh my
Wow.
God. She
So-
really going after him.
Yeah.
She was. So, as word of the infamous Bell Witch spread throughout Tennessee, it caught the attention of then Major General Andrew Jackson.
Yep. Isn't this is
Andrew
wild
Jackson.
because he's going to be the president.
So when Jackson heard of the Bell Witch, he went to go investigate the property. He was like, hey, let me go see what the
It's
fuck's
like, I
going
want
on.
to stay there.
Jackson's entourage consisted of several men and horses, along with a large wagon. As they approached the Bell property, the wagon became stuck in a muddy creek bed, and the horses refused to pull it out. After several minutes of cursing and attempting to coax the horses through the mud, Jackson threw up his hands and said, "By eternal, boys, this must be the Bell Witch."
Oh my God.
I'm dead.
That's the reason.
I'm gonna
Because
start
that doesn't
blaming
happen
that.
for any. It doesn't ever happen ever.
Correct.
No.
So, no sooner did he say this than he heard a disembodied voice of a woman speaking to him, and she told him that the men could proceed, and she would be seeing him later that evening.
Oh.
Oh, fuck off.
The horses began to walk, pulling the carriage out of the mud without issue and continuing the rest of the way to the Bell house.
Oh.
Okay.
Does he say that? Does he, like, say this is what happened?
There's a whole
Like
fucking
a
thing about it.
testimony of it or whatever?
Yep, I kind of cut it back a little bit because there is a lot of conflicting information. But yes, and we'll talk about it, but he will never return to the Bell residence.
Yeah, okay.
As Jackson and his men were setting up camp in the Bell's yard, one of his men began to brag about the silver bullet he had been carrying in his gun. He claimed that the silver bullet would banish any evil spirit it came in contact with, and that the Bell Witch was too afraid to mess with him for fear of being killed.
That's the surefire fucking way to get messed
Yeah,
with by the
yes.
fucking Bell Witch.
Also, how fucking random.
Well,
Like,
and this guy also was like, I'm a witch hunter, and I'm blah, blah, blah.
Oh
Like, he
my
was
God,
talking
okay.
all the shit. So suddenly, the man dropped to the ground, jerking and screaming in pain.
I told ya.
He claimed that he was being stabbed with pins and beaten severely. An unseen force threw him out the front door of the home, apparently right on his ass,
oh my God.
before
I
the
wish I coulda
woman's
seen it.
before the woman's voice came again. So then now they're going to hear her again. She said that there was yet another fraud in Jackson's party, and she would reveal him the following evening.
Oh.
At this
Oh,
point,
now you gotta stay another night.
I know.
Yep.
So at this point, Jackson's men begged to leave, but Jackson refused, wanting to find out who the fraud was. So the events of the rest of the evening are unclear, but Jackson and his men were spotted in Springfield, Tennessee the following morning on their way back to Nashville. Jackson later proclaimed that he, quote, would rather fight the British in New Orleans than fight the Bell Witch, end quote.
Oh, my God. What happened?
Jackson would never return to the haunted homestead after that.
Oh, my God.
There are a lot of, if you just look it up, you can find it. There was a lot of things that possibly could have happened, but a lot of people were like, that shit didn't happen. Most stories, especially when you just look up the legend of the Bell Witch, say that nobody knows really what the fuck happened that night, that it's not documented.
Oh.
So,
oh my God.
I guess there's
they're alive, so...
Yeah, and over time, like, with the pop culture and stuff, this story has been twisted in, so many different ways. It's really hard to know exactly what happened. So, you just gotta kind of...
use your imagination.
Yeah.
Right. Oh my God. So the Bell Witch, she'd just be fucking up presidents and fucking everything.
Hell yeah. She probably was
she
like,
don't give a fuck.
You're the fraud.
Yeah, bitch.
Trying to turn everyone against each other.
So after Jackson's departure, the Bell Witch set her sights on John. John Bell. Good old John Bell.
Yep.
She claimed over and over that she was going to kill him. Her voice could be heard over the whole of the family farm, cursing and making fun of, quote, old Jack Bell. That was the nickname that the witch gave
John.
Yes,
Okay.
John. But she called him Jack for some reason. I don't fucking know.
Jack Bell.
Yeah.
Sometimes they did that, like
Yeah.
Jimmy and James.
Right.
Whatever.
You can all sound the fucking same.
Yeah, just
give me whatever name you
whatever.
want.
Around this time, John began suffering from a severe facial twitch, and he was having trouble swallowing. This illness went on for about a year before it escalated to frequent seizures.
Aw.
Poor fella.
Poor guy.
What you get for marrying a 12-year-old.
Well, it is
Yep.
a little weird. It's a little weird.
The Bell Witch would slap his face as he recovered from many of his seizures, and she would yank his shoes from his feet as he tried to walk.
Why does she hate him so
Oh my
much?
God.
Don't know.
The fuck?
A family friend of the Bells named William Porter spent a night trying to figure out for himself if this witch was real or imagined. He claimed that in the middle of the night, the witch climbed into his bed where he was laying down, waiting for her, capturing the invisible figure in the bed linens. He then attempted to throw her into the fireplace wrapped in the blanket. But after trapping her, he could not bear her weight, like he couldn't pick her up, and then she suddenly disappeared, leaving behind a putrid, sulfur-like smell.
Well, now you done it, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Try to throw me in the fire.
Piss that bitch off.
You're
oh
done.
my God. She gonna killed him.
Yep.
She gonna killed him. So the witch allegedly interacted with passersby of the farm also, including religious missionaries and Shakers, thrill seekers who came to see the spectacle for themselves, and neighbors like Bennett Porter, who is said to have shot at the canine manifestation of the witch with a silver bullet because werewolves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And we know from our Howl at the Moon episode that werewolves are a thing.
They
Yeah.
are.
So
Totally. And like this ghost was really just fucking shit up. Like,
Yeah,
you
she
know,
was.
people just like driving their little wagon by the fucking farm, and she was like, "Hey, you little piece of shit.
Yeah.
What are you doing?"
get off my lawn.
It said that like she heckled him. Like she was like just
Oh
fucking
my
with
God.
him. Like
I like her.
That's the house that every town has one that you just don't drive by.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Like, you know what? We're gonna
Avoid.
we're gonna
We're
take a
taking the
different
long way
way.
around.
Yeah. For real.
oh god. So each had encounters where the witch would chase them off in the form of the strange dog John Bell saw when he first met the witch, or she would conjure objects to frighten them away. There's also a claim that she had the power to transform others into animals as well.
Oh.
So she really was just out here just fucking with these
She was
these
doing
people.
everything.
Yeah,
was
she's
like,
like gonna
"Fuck
drive
you."
by my farm.
Yeah.
Hold my
fuck?
beer, bitch.
This is a lot of power.
yeah.
For real.
Huh. Okay.
So, in December of 1820, John fell into a coma after years of abuse at the witch's hands. The witch claimed to have poisoned John and even told the family where they could find the proof. John Jr. was his father's caretaker, and when he went to the cupboard to retrieve his medicine, the witch cackled and said, "It's useless for you to try to relieve old Jack. I've got him this time. he will never get up from that bed again, is what she said. Okay?
She's like, I've done it now.
Yep. She's like, I fucked him up.
This is the final countdown.
This is the final countdown.
Oh, man.
So in the cupboard, in the place where John's medicine should be, there was a vial of putrid black liquid. And she claimed that she gave old Jack a big dose of it last night while he was fast asleep, which fixed him.
Oh, damn.
Oh, my God.
Put that poison right down his throat.
Yep. So the legend says that they tested this liquid on a cat and it died almost instantly from the poison.
Poor fucking cat. Fuck
Right.
them. Why'd they do that?
Because it's 1800s.
Rude as hell.
For real.
They then tossed the vial into the fireplace to destroy it, and this caused an explosion and a blue fireball that shot out through the chimney.
Oh my God.
What?
This sounds like
my
a
God.
fucking fairy tale, dude.
Yeah. Like, this
Doesn't
isn't
it?
real.
This
It
sounds
does.
like
It
a
does.
fucking fairy
I
tale.
mean, you should see some of the shit that is, if you look up the Bell Witch, you're like, okay,
Yeah.
that's maybe pushing
That's
it.
stretching it. Okay, no.
John Bell's funeral was one of the largest ever held in Robertson County.
Oh, my God.
People attended from miles away, and 3 preachers eulogized him.
Oh my
Wow.
God. Sounds
Longest
boring.
funeral ever.
Right. I would have been like, oh my God, we're going to be here all
We're
day.
going to be here
All
all day.
day.
There's food later.
Hopefully. As the crowd of mourners began leaving the graveyard, the Bell Witch entity laughed, and she sang a song about a bottle of brandy.
Oh my
Oh, my
fuck.
God.
Wait a minute. I like her.
I do, too.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
She doesn't care.
No, she doesn't. Her joyful singing didn't stop until the last mourner left the graveyard.
Oh my
Wow.
fucking God.
Yeah, this-
Savage as
For
hell.
real. So this,
Just like, fuck y'all. Where's my brandy?
oh God. The entity's presence was almost non-existent after John Bell's demise.
Almost.
Almost. But it's like, you know, it fulfilled its purpose. So it was moving on because it rarely was heard from after this.
Oh my God.
Interesting.
After John died, the witch promised Lucy Bell she would leave for 7 years, but would return. She made good on that promise, returning to visit John Jr. and staying for 3 weeks with him. At that time, she promised to leave again for 107 years and would return to visit John Jr.'s direct descendant, who turned out to be Nashville doctor and John Bell's great-grandson named Charles. And he wrote a book
Wow.
about
Oh
this.
my God. So they still live there?
As far as I mean, this
Or
was
it
107.
was just going to go wherever that...
Yeah, she was going
I
to
think
go.
that-
Descendant was.
Yeah, I think she was just going to go wherever
Okay.
it was, or they were. Since then, she has remained silent, and where she went, nobody knows for sure.
She'll be back.
To the universe.
To the universe. So the witch's attacks on Betsy were not all related to her relationship with Gardner, and the constant threat of the witch began to affect her so much that she became prone to fainting spells and smothering sensations.
Okay.
Oh.
Her experiences were not confined to the Bell property either. And Betsy later describes an incident. And this is a quote. I don't know if it's her diary or what. We'll see how well I read it. When the spirit became so tantalizing, filling my mind with horror and causing me to become so nervous, my parents often sent me to the neighbors to rest for the night. My first night away from the home was spent with Fenny Thorne. When we retired, there came a loud knocking on our outside door, which seemed to fly open, and a great gust of wind was felt. Then he sprang up at once and lit a candle. To our surprise, the door was not open. Then a voice spoke softly. "Betsy, you should have not come over here. You know I can follow you anywhere. Now get a good night's sleep." A soft hand patted my cheek, and the voice again assured us that we would not be disturbed anymore for that night.
What the fuck?
Betsy continued to endure the spirit's abuse, and after calling off her marriage to Gardner, Joshua, Betsy was eventually courted by and married her former school teacher, Richard Powell.
These
What
poor
the
kids.
fuck? These poor girls.
Yeah, these poor girls.
I didn't
The
get
boys are just fine.
I mean, yeah, the boys are fine,
What
but
the
I'm just
fuck?
saying, like, these are children.
Yes.
These kids, these little girls.
Disgusting.
Disgusting. So despite the absence of the witch's torments, in 1820, she left the area with her husband and they settled in Mississippi.
She was like, the fuck out.
Yeah, she was done
Did
with that
the Bell
shit.
Witch follow her there?
There are no accounts of it
She
ever
was
happening
all, like,
again.
fine?
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe that's for the best then, I guess.
Yeah. So
Maybe she just never spoke about it.
I mean,
True.
could be, but like I said, by all accounts, after John's death...
But you know, like, how those people are, though? Like, once you try to leave a life behind, and she goes off with her new husband somewhere else, so she's trying to leave all that behind, it wouldn't surprise me if she did have encounters, but, like, would psych herself out and be like...
That wasn't what it was.
Yeah.
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 And then, like,
see
she
that.
wouldn't tell anyone about it because
Right.
she didn't want to
She was like, I'm embarrassed.
Yeah.
We ain't doing this shit again.
Yeah. I'm done with
give it
that
any
part
more
of my
power.
life.
Yeah.
So, like we had talked a little bit about, the Bell Witch did manifest twice more after John Bell's death. And when she went to visit John Bell Jr. for 3 weeks, there was no violence at all that came from this. It is said that she offered him insight to the spirit world in which she now lived and, worlds beyond. And they spoke of philosophy, religion, and she made predictions of a coming war, which turned out to be the Civil War.
Okay. No, buddy.
I
You
feel
were
like
just
the
taking
Civil...
some shrooms.
I don't know. I feel like the Civil War was an easy prediction.
Well,
Yeah.
That thing was happening.
We knew that shit was happening.
That was going to happen.
Yeah. So another spin, John Bell and Kate Batts allegedly had an affair for some time, and John Bell eventually broke it off. Enraged, Kate Batts threatens to tell everyone, including Bell's family, of the affair. To keep her quiet, John Bell tied her up in a smokehouse and let her die. She
Oh,
allegedly
my God.
came back from the dead and haunted Bell's family, causing one son, Benjamin, to die at an early age and making their crops fail. Her spirit allegedly followed the family to Tennessee, where the haunting continued. So,
Oh, I've never heard that theory before.
That
That's
makes
fucked up.
sense.
So she did die? Like before the haunting?
so so John Bell and Kate Batts both lived in the same area at the time, and Benjamin Bell did in fact die at an early age, as many fucking people did in those days. But there is no actual proof that John Bell and Kate Batts were romantically involved or that she came back from the dead to haunt his family. In fact, historical records show that she outlived John Bell by 23 years.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yes.
So, okay.
So
Okay.
the whole being Kate and whatever, because everybody refers to this ghost as Kate Batts.
Yeah.
But there are historical records that prove without a doubt that she lived longer. So was it another Kate Batts? I mean, what are the odds, though? That's not for Kate, yes, but the last name Batts, not really a common name, in my opinion.
No. Yeah.
So I don't really...
That would be a very big coincidence.
Yeah.
I feel like that was their way, like a cop-out for something else or something. Because it doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. To me, anyways. I'm like, okay, that's why I took
I
the
feel
name
like-
Kate out, because everything refers to the witch as Kate. And I'm like, no, we're just going to call her the witch or the spirit or whatever, because no, it's not fucking Kate Batts. Kate Batts lived 23 years after this motherfucker died.
But if she's a witch...
I mean, that's true.
She could be, like...
That's true. If she
doing
was, like,
things.
spooking him,
Yeah. Because the theory I know...
that leans more towards the witch than the ghost theory.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, which is possible, and she could be in her little, in her
Yeah.
cauldron being like, wee hee 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 hee.
Well, like, they did... I've seen so many things of this, and it's like a form of voodoo, but, like, recreating houses that look like the people you want to torment.
Yeah.
And then they'll make, like, the dolls that are basically voodoo dolls that look just like the people.
And this is, like,
And they
the
could-
South.
And she could be doing shit where she's, like, ripping them off their bed and pulling their hair. I mean, she could be doing that shit from her house.
Yeah, but,
if
like, does
she
that
was a
shit
witch.
really happen? That's
No.
the other thing. Because the story I know is that Kate is actually the next door neighbor of the Bells, and that they get into a dispute over it's either his cattle are on her land or her cattle are on his land.
Yep.
And so they absolutely hate each other. Like, it starts like a really sour neighborly relationship. And there's more to it.
Yeah.
I can't remember all of it. Like, he purposely sabotages
Yeah, I
something
was
for
gonna
her,
say-
and then she does the same for him, and they kind of like...
It's a lot of back and forth
Yeah, back and
between
forth.
the two of them.
And
yes.
then the dog then the dog pops up, and then all the activity starts, and he John Bell blames the neighbor for witchcraft on him because it's got to be her because she hates him and whatever. That's the theory I know. But there's also the other theory of the daughter Betsy.
Yeah. Yep.
So the theory with the daughter Betsy is that, and when you said that he married it, I didn't know that his wife was 12 when he married her. So this makes perfect sense now that you said that, is that the theory is that John Bell sexually molests his daughter Betsy.
Yeah.
And that it's kind of a, you know how women, when they're coming into, they're going to have their period, their fucking all of the emotions, the hormones. It's said that there can be something witchy about, for lack of a better term, about women when they're coming into that age, that weird things might start happening around the house and stuff like that. And if you look up like any haunting story, it always starts with a little girl that's like 10.
Prepubescent.
Yeah, prepubescent, or 10, 11, 12, somewhere in there. And then shit starts going crazy. And some people think that there's some witchy shit that happens to women around that age.
Hey, I mean, maybe.
And
it's just our aura.
There's a theory that says that Betsy was actually the Bell Witch, and that because she tortures her father.
Yeah.
And then,
like,
but then
would
why does she get?
I mean, maybe to draw away from herself.
Kind of like the Salem witch trial situation where they're like, hey, look at me, this is happening to me, you know,
because
whatever.
they don't want to be persecuted themselves.
Yeah.
But also, like, that theory I could get behind more because it would explain the witch's rage.
Yeah. And also, like, there isn't concrete, hard-ass evidence that these people had welts and fucking bruises and anything on them.
There's not.
So that whole shit could be completely fabricated.
like-
Right.
And she could have just poisoned her dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And been poisoning her dad because he fucked with
forever.
her. And you said that the witch liked Lucy?
Yep.
That was her sister?
That was her mother.
Her mother. Well,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yep.
Because that's her mother.
Yep.
And it's probably the person she looked up to the most and
Yep.
was most
And
comfortable
by all
with.
accounts, after the certain point, none of the other kids were being abused or Lucy. It was just Betsy and John, and then whatever neighbor or whoever came over that tried to fuck with her.
Yeah, and then everything was peaceful after he fucking died.
Yep.
And they threw a party at the fucking, or the Bell Witch threw a fucking party.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And she was
that's
like,
so much more.
Yeah. She's singing about brandy and girl.
I feel like it's so much more realistic because
I mean, yeah, that would make the most sense.
Yeah, because all the other information doesn't make any fucking sense. Because if you look up anything about any spirits or witches or anything like that, their demeanor and their energy doesn't change like that. Like, even though this witch or the haunting or the ghost conquered what it wanted, it wouldn't just become like a good ghost after that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It would stay evil and malicious. Like,
And malicious.
I
Or
don't
you
know.
would think it would just completely just
Disappear.
dissipate. Yeah, be gone. So, I don't know.
Yep, all of the websites that are devoted to the Bell Witch, like all the local websites that are specifically for it, because there's a cave and stuff too that I don't even go into, the Bell Witch cave that
We should
supposedly
go to that cave.
is her lair and where is she, whatever. That's not actually a part of the original legend, but over time it has kind of been brought into it. So
As people do.
right,
We
It
so
make
makes
our own
for a good
stories.
story.
the original legend is what I focused on, but I
Okay.
was curious because I wanted to know what you guys thought and what you have heard about everything else, because there's way more theories.
There's
than
so
that.
many theories.
So
yeah.
but that one makes the most sense to me.
To me, yeah, but if you just cut out all the spooky part of it, and you just get to the fucking bones of the story, it makes the most sense
If
That
you're,
does
to me.
make the
if
most
you're
sense.
realist about the situation, that makes the most sense for sure. But this story is so engraved in pop culture that it's been changed so much.
And that's what makes it fucking cool.
Yeah.
Because what is real? We don't know what
we
the
don't
fuck
know.
is
We have
real
no
about this.
Fucking
It makes for good
idea.
We don't know.
entertainment.
Yeah, and I'm entertained.
I am.
Great content. Theories about the Bell Witch vary widely, which we've talked about. Some believe it was an elaborate hoax, perhaps orchestrated by members of the Bell family or their neighbors. Others suggest that it was a case of mass hysteria where fear and superstition fueled by their imaginations, just fucking ignited. There are also supernatural explanations that point to ghosts, demons, or poltergeists as the culprit. Some skeptics argue that the events were exaggerated or fabricated entirely, that none of this ever fucking happened. Regardless of what you believe, there is no doubt that the legend of the Bell Witch is America's most documented haunting case ever, involving an actual spirit of some sort.
Yeah.
Numerous witnesses, including clergy, military officers, and politicians, attest to these events and that they actually happened.
Yeah, that is kind of
That's what makes it weird.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to think of that.
But it could
Andrew
be,
Jackson.
like, this time was so insane that I feel like it could also just be hysteria. Like, when you're a kid and you're fucking feeding off of each other's, like, your friends?
Yeah.
You're like, did you just fucking hear that? And then, wait a little bit later, like,
you don't
just
even know
like,
how we lived our lives.
Yeah, like, you just start to get so much more.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Just like that. Yeah.
Did you hear that? Oh my god. Did you hear that?
Oh my god, did you see that?
Go, run!
Yeah, oh my god, seriously.
So, like, you just feed off of each other, and during that time, when there's, like, very little shit like that happening, or even just being exposed to it in the sense of entertainment purposes and that kind of thing.
So, this Bell Witch supposedly was having full-blown conversations like Andrew Jackson. He has his whole entourage,
Which is, like, insane.
on a front yard. They're all camped out.
Yeah.
And this witch is talking, and everybody's hearing what she's saying.
So
Which
is
is
it
crazy.
possible that, like, someone's in the tree line?
Yes. So there are theories that, I don't talk about any of those, but there are theories that the brothers, like, are in, like, suspended, like, over in trees, or what did they say? Making the sounds echo, like, off of it.
Probably cans or
Yeah,
like
something like that. I can't remember. But there's all sorts of theories that point to that, because when you talk into, like, a can or something like that, your voice, ricochets
Echoes.
off and it transfers. But there is, especially in the Andrew Jackson case, there is his whole group of people there
that attest that this happened.
Yeah. And they were scared and they wanted to leave. And yes, it was nighttime, so somebody could have been hiding around a corner, but how hard would that be? Because in order to make it travel so far in 1820 or whatever the fuck it is, you're going to have to scream into this thing. So even if you're around the corner of the house screaming into whatever it is and making it come back, like, I don't know, I have a hard time believing that nobody's gonna notice.
Well, yeah, and with how confrontational some of the men were with the ghost or the witch, it's odd that they wouldn't have, like, ran around to go check.
And the whole thing, because apparently, that guy was, like, pulled up off of the ground by his pants and, like, kicked out the door, like, on his ass.
By
like,
an unseen
thing. So
he couldn't have tripped?
I mean, he could have, but he was apparently, like, yanked up. This is, like, a well-documented part of this, because it's, like, one of the most, believable. Or,
I mean, there's other cases with well-documented, like, levitating and things like that. Or
I feel like
there's
the
that
only
demon
thing-
house where they say that doctors testified saying that kid crawled up the fucking wall. That there's that. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like the thing that makes me, like, more withdrawn from the case is how many stories have you guys heard of like ghosts having full-blown conversations? Because, like, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, there are other accounts, and actually I won't talk about it here, but I'll get you that one. There's actually a really good one.
I need to hear more because, like, I've watched many.
Because I left this out too, but she would, like, quote scripture, like, around the house all day. This wasn't a once in a while thing. This was, like, all day long. Like, they would be, like, doing their hustle and bustle around the house, and she's, like, quoting scripture, singing hymns, having full-blown conversations with Lucy.
That kind of stuff I can get behind. It's, like, the having the full-blown conversations with all the people and, like, so, like, a wide range of people.
She was very brazen, apparently.
Yeah, she gave no fucks.
And which, that's crazy to me because in so many accounts, like, most of the time you hear about people trying to have conversations with the ghost.
But also, this is 1820, and they're dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
So,
I'm just wondering if the conversations were even a thing.
Yeah, that's what
I
I
really
mean.
think that's like the fabricated part of the story,
Which
and
could
the
be.
welts and all of that.
Yeah.
The people getting sick. That's easy. You can poison somebody. And
Absolutely.
that's an easy thing to
Yep.
have happen. So, or whatever. I feel like that's
But like the scripture, the hymns and stuff like that.
that was something they were all super familiar with in that
And
household.
I can see like for me, I don't know, like I can see a ghost doing that more than being like
a witch
cackling
though. Why would a witch
do that?
quote
Yeah.
scripture?
to scare them more. Maybe she's like, I'm
To
powerful,
scare
and
them.
your scripture doesn't hurt me.
Yeah, I can even say it.
Yeah, that's probably what the
Or to sort of poke fun or make
yeah.
like, you think this is gonna save you, Jesus, blah blah blah. You know, like they do on what's the fucking
Haunted.
no, the Exorcist, where she quotes some shit.
But that's what makes it more intimidating.
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
So
Anyway,
John Bell was 70 when he died.
Wow, that's actually like
that's a good age
Yeah.
for the time, right?
Yeah, I mean for the time, but that's what I'm kind of trying to go back to here because he was so old, so his health was probably already failing.
yeah.
So it wasn't a stretch to kind of, maybe poison him a little bit here and there and
Right.
then, make him decline.
Just push him over the edge.
Yeah.
But like even to this day, women are only like our lifespan's like into our 80s, and men is into their 70s.
Yeah.
Like it really.
I
That's
told
pretty
my
good.
husband last night that I will never see 70, so
Yes, you will.
No,
Yes,
I
you
won't.
will.
70? 70 is the new 50.
okay.
I probably won't.
Yes, you will. You're going
Yes,
to live
you will.
forever.
Yeah, you're right.
You're going to be the one that has to go to all of our funerals.
Oh my god, don't talk about it.
Yep.
Hopefully my brain is gone by then and I don't know what's
Gonna
happening.
be like, what's Trask doing? What's she doing up there?
we should
What
give
is she
Trask a call.
doing?
Okay.
So today, Adams, Tennessee has a cottage industry centered around the tale of this witch.
Yes, and I would like to go. So
Yeah.
is the house still up or
Let me see. I think I remember. The Bell Farm has a cave where the witch supposedly lived, but was not mentioned in the original legend. Visitors can also tour the Bell Farm. These bizarre happenings have kept the legend alive for 200 years since
My
the witch
God.
tormented
I
John
wanna
Bell.
go.
So I don't know if the actual buildings are standing, but you can still go to the farm and
they probably
you can
have
visit
like
the
this is
cave.
where they saw the dog, this is
Yeah.
where they saw the girl, all
Yeah.
that crap.
How
I mean,
fun.
I don't really want to go to Tennessee, but if I had to go to Tennessee, I
wanna
would want to
go.
go to
I
the
just
Bell
don't
Farm.
want to live
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
No.
no.
But if I can visit and stay in an air conditioned
Accommodation.
hotel that doesn't have like huge
I need
bugs.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I need Wi-Fi.
Please have Wi-Fi.
AC and Wi-Fi and ice, please.
Oh yeah, ice.
Ice.
You're
Need
right.
the
Ice.
Need it.
And a pool for fuck around.
For reasons.
Yeah.
Gotta have a pool.
Yeah. All right, that's gonna do it for us today.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
Whoop, whoop.
Woo woo, bitches. Thanks for tagging along with us. Don't forget to do all the things and stuff: merch, Patreon, Facebook things.
Tell your friends about
Tell
the
your
pod.
friends.
Tell your friends so they can be one of us.
One of us. One of us.
Sorry.
She's not.
No,
Until next time, my friends, don't go pissing off any evil spirits.
Don't do it.
don't do it.
Keep it classy. You've been poisoned.
Oh.
I howl in every fucking episode.
We have to.
It's